Hi, this is Linda Burton
And this is Joe Burton.
with Fighting to Stay Married. I want to take the time to talk about what I learned to help me talk to other people. And I teach this. Some of the things that we do when we listen to someone is we interrupt them and we really don't know where they're going. Or we prejudge them.
Right.
And they shut down because they think whatever else they say, they're going to be judged. Or get interrupted. And can't finish what they want to say.
That's a hard thing for people, like for us to just be quiet and let the person just get all out what they have to say
Yes.
and not say anything.
Yes.
Man,
Sometimes we even think we know what the person is going to say and jump all the way to the end and try to solve their problems.
right.
So to really know someone, even though you heard them tell this story 35 times,
Ooh, 35.
they're saying it for a reason. Take the time to find out why are they saying this story.
Now, why do you think people repeat? So if they're repeating a story and you heard it before, why do you think they do that?
I feel a couple of reasons. I think some people repeat because they don't feel heard.
Okay.
Another one could be I have some emotion or expression or something else I'm trying to say and I don't know how to express myself.
Okay.
What do you think? Why do you repeat yourself?
Well, I think I repeat myself. Okay, two reasons, I think. Because I've been interrupted, so I want to start all back over.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Or you try to hammer in a point. I guess you want the person to feel like I think you said it. Feel that you understand what I just said, right? Really understand it, or really. I mean, so you said it to make sure that you are heard, I suppose, right? If you feel like you've been heard, then you're really satisfied.
Okay. So, what are some tools do you think you can show that you really heard the person?
You could nod your head or repeat back what they said.
Yeah.
Or ask a question, but then that's interrupting.
Yeah. And sometimes it matters what kind of question you ask because you don't want them to feel like they're being judged. But to in tune with them.
Yeah, it can't be like a lecture type thing. I mean, because I think a lot of conversations that we have, it's just the conversation just flow, right? Because I mean, I know sometimes you gotta listen to a person, but I don't know how many times we actually listen, just sit down, and just listen. They're talking for 3 minutes and you're saying nothing. Like I'm giving you a little example. Like you talk, this is attentional silence right now. Like I'm talking, like just.
Okay, well,
that's hard, right?
Let me explain. There's like 3 different types of listening style. One is
Okay.
lecture, and that's basically one person talk and do exactly what happens when they finish talking is silent. Like you're in a class lecture or something.
Yeah.
Like a teacher's teaching you something. That's one type of listening skill, right? The other one is I love to use like TV shows of they're talking and you can't hear the other person on the phone, but the camera's on the person that's listening, and they do the same thing that you've just been doing right
Wow.
now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Short little hums of words to just let you know you still got their attention because
Right.
that's good. And then the third one is called paraphrasing. Now, that is not repeating back everything they said, but a paraphrase, it's saying it in your own words what they're saying. And the neat thing is that is the best way to go deeper with somebody. And the people that in your life that always repeat stuff, well, you're basically repeating it for them. So now they can go on to the next part because they know you understood because you paraphrased it in your own words
And you can see the
of
look
what
on their-
they're saying.
Yeah, you can see the look on their face too that you understand.
Yeah, and that's what they do. They go like, yeah, and then they'll tell you a little more. And yeah, and they tell you a little more.
Yeah.
I use this one example in class, and I say that there's a student that just got their own place, their own apartment, and they got their first set of bills, and the conversation goes like this. Whew, I got a lot of bills. Wow, this is a lot. I'm just so amazed, like, wow, my electric bill is almost $100 and my gas bill is this, and when I add this all up, man, this is like over $500. That's when they pause to breathe. A lot of people would take that different ways. One would take it is, well, you need to start saving up. Or they'll say, what are you spending your money on? Or what would you say? What would you comment on or respond
about
to?
The bills?
Of that what they just said.
If they say, man, I got a lot of bills?
Yes.
I don't know what I would say.
Okay. What you should say is nothing. Oh, really? And that's it. You know why? Because the next thing that's going to come out their mouth is, I really and truly appreciate my parents. I never realized that they paid all these bills and how much responsibility they had and the sacrifice they made for me. Wow, it really opened up my eyes. Now, if you would have took just that first part and interrupted them,
they would have never came to that realization.
They would have never finished that sentence. No, they already have the realization, but you would have never heard that they had it because you interrupted them because it sounded like it was going to go a different way. It sounded like, even some people said that they would say, do you need to borrow money? Well, did they ask to borrow money? All they're saying is, wow, these are a lot of bills. And we put in all this other stuff instead of taking time and let them do the ending. We want to end it for them. We want to rush the conversation and end it for them. Yeah, instead of actually hearing what they have to say.
Yeah.
And at the end, all they really want to say is they truly appreciate their parents, the sacrifice and the different things that they did by paying the bills that they never saw, knew about, or even had to worry about until now that they moved out on their own.
Yeah.
We do that with people, and that's what keeps us from growing that one connection, because we're jumping to the end instead of listening and letting them get there and go deeper and share.
So you don't have to always try to solve a problem.
Sometimes people do just need a sounding board. I do say studies show that more females talk as they're processing. We don't really know where we're going, and I'm a perfect example. I can talk and I know what I want to say, where I want to go.
Yeah.
But sometimes I take the long version, just like in that case. I'm sharing that part maybe too much, or it sounds negative, but I'm trying to share my heart, and it's actually a positive thing.
Oh, okay. So just be quiet and just let you just work it out on your own.
Yeah. Now, if I wanted help or suggestions, then I'll say, what do you think?
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
But so quickly we go, well, how much money do you need? Or what did you do with your money? Or you're not responsible to pay your own bills? You know, we jump to all these different conclusions.
So I told you to keep, stop leaving those lights on all the time. That's why. But that's not what they're trying to get at.
They just want to show, I really, truly appreciate my parents. And if we would have interrupted them, they would have never saw that, or they would have never heard that. Especially if he was saying that, if that person was saying it to their parents. Their parents would have clearly interrupted them like, I can't believe you. You know what I mean? Instead of just letting him take his pause, his breath, they would have interrupted and said something. Instead of just listening and letting him finish his sentence and realize it's actually a positive thing. It's actually, he's stopping to honor his parents.
So it's a healing, it can be healing for the relationship then.
Oh, yes.
So, okay.
It can. And it can help solve problems, because in another episode we were talking about our past history of what we've been through. When the person keeps saying their story over and over again, let them talk. And go, okay. Oh, wow.
You'll probably put your foot in your mouth less then. That's probably what, that's the key.
Yes.
You'll put your foot in your mouth less.
And it also allowed them to go deeper of, why are they telling this story over and over again? What are they really trying to tell you? Is it about, them losing their pet? Or is it really about their first loss and they're still trying to get healed from it, and they're scared that they're going to lose somebody else? Or, just what is it really? So or is it that they love their pet so much and they want another one? Okay,
so let's circle this back then about for the relationship then, right? So listening is key in the relationship because
it allows your relationship to go deeper, because you're taking the time to know someone in a deeper level. We had talked in the past that it takes 2 years to know someone. You can be with somebody for 2 years and not allow them to ever finish a sentence. You really don't know that person. How can you?
Right. Okay. So listening, listening.
Listening. And the weird thing is,
so you gotta know how to spell it. So that means I should know how to do it.
the weird thing is, there's so many different levels of listening and so many different things of listening. I know we did a listening one before, different than this one, and I'm sure we're going to do another listening one in the future that's going to be different on that. But for me to actually be able to express myself totally and not feel judged, not be cut off, not feel, let me feel important.
Well, one of the things I noticed too about listening, if you give a person a chance to talk, then they actually feel better about themselves, or well, not about themselves, but it's like a sigh of relief that you're able to just get that stuff off your chest. And like, so I mean, so I can see how beneficial it is, just letting the person just air it out,
Let that out of their body.
That's it. And I guess we gotta learn how to know when to go into problem solving mode and when to just sit back and just, like you said, listen.
Yeah. Now, doing the paraphrase is not for every single conversation. That's not realistic.
Well, yeah.
Each one has its purpose.
Well, sometimes you have to sit and listen and tune in to the person, right? Other times it's just conversation wise. Learn how to be a good listener. Learn how to be a good listener then too. Like,
and it's attractive to the other person. They want to talk to you more and share with you more. It opens up the relationship to a whole nother level because they trust you and they can talk to you, and they feel like you can relate with them.
Well, you better get ready for if you become a good listener, you better get ready for some of those 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock calls.
Then we're gonna have to do a section on boundaries.
Well, I mean, sometimes they gotta cross the boundary because because everything is not 8 to 5. Things happen. Like, there's a lot of variables in life, so somebody might need to call you and talk to you at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Now, one of the other things I noticed that you mentioned once before, women do it more, and I don't even think we realize that we actually can enjoy a conversation and cut each other off. And I know when I do that to you, that kind of drives you crazy. So it's, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. And we cut each other off in that conversation. Oh, you like that? Oh, I love that. And we just keep going back and forth, and we finish each other's sentences and different things like that, and you're looking like, how did you guys actually talk to each other? It's your relationship with the person that you can do that.
Well, you'll know when you need to listen because the person will tell you, would you just listen to me, please? Could you stop cutting me off, or whatever they might say? Then that's a cue for you to go, okay, let me go into listening mode. But like you just explained, that's just conversating. So, because every time you conversate with somebody, it's not going to be listening. You be quiet, they talk.
Yeah.
No, they be quiet, you talk.
To that deep level.
But yeah. So I guess the thing is just learn how to pick up on the cue of when you need to go into this mode, right, versus when to go into that mode.
Yes.
So yeah.
And making it safe for the person.
Making it safe. I got you.
So, well, thank you for listening.
We will see you next time. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And don't forget to click that subscription button, ring that bell or whatever. And we will talk to you next time.
Bye.